Chris Rock felt the need to demystify misconceptions of African American beauty in his recent documentary entitled Good Hair, when his young daughter tearfully asked him why she wasn't blessed with quote unquote good hair. African Americans put more emphasis on hair care than any other ethnic group, spending hours in salons, front stoops, or even grandmother's kitchens, styling and grooming each other's hair as a bonding ritual, and have done so for hundreds of years. This emphasis has made black hair care the multi-million-dollar business it is today. Yet most often, other cultures are oblivious to what hair means to African Americans. Even in my own experiences, some of the most influential conversations with the most influential women in my life occurred in hair salons. Hours spent catching up on gossip, laughing, consoling, all while the grueling blow-drying, straightening, curling transformation took place. Everybody left in good spirits, feeling and looking brand new, leaving with a new hairstyle, often in addition to new advice or gossip. After viewing the film, it appears to me that the culture of African American beauty is only one sector of society that is influenced and brainwashed by Eurocentric aesthetic standards, especially through the media. All ethnic groups fall victim to this, and in turn feel the need to become something unnatural to themselves, often resulting in cosmetic procedures such as Botox, plastic surgery, chemical hair relaxers, and hair dyes. Despite these outcomes, many African American women are now opting to wear their hair how it naturally grows out of their head, in kinks, coils, or waves. The history of black hair care dates back to 1444, when Europeans traded in Western African soil, where they discovered Africans wearing elaborate hairstyles including locks, plaits, cornrows, and twists. In 1619, when African slaves were brought to Jamestown, African language, culture, and grooming traditions began to disappear. By the 1700s, whites often dehumanized slaves by calling black hair wool, and more elaborate hairstyles could no longer be achieved. By the 1800s, without the herbs and oils used in Africa, slaves relied on things like bacon grease, butter, and kerosene as hair conditioners and cleansers. Lighter-skinned, straight-haired slaves commanded higher prices at auction than darker, more kinky-haired ones. Internalizing color consciousness, blacks promoted the idea that blacks with dark skin and kinky hair were less attractive and worth less. By 1865, slavery had ended, but whites looked upon black women who styled their hair like white women as more adjusted. Good hair, or hair that is looser in texture or straighter, became a prerequisite for entering certain schools, churches, social groups, and business networks. In 1880, metal hot combs, which were invented by the French, became readily available in the United States. These combs were heated and used to press or temporarily straighten kinky hair. By 1900s, black hair was revolutionized by Madam C.J. Walker, known in the Guinness Book of World Records as the first African-American woman self-made millionaire. She created her own line of hair care products and popularized the press and curl style performed by the hot comb. She was also criticized a lot for encouraging black women to look more white. Fast forward to 1954, George E. Johnson launched Johnson Products with ultra-wave hair culture and a permanent hair straightener for men and women. In 1962, actress Cicely Tyson wore cornrows on television for the first time, and by 1968, actress Diahann Carroll was the first black woman to star in a television network series, Julia. She was the darker version of the All-American Girl. However, she still wore a straightened hairstyle. In the 1970s, there was a brief emergence of natural hair care, pride, with the birth of the Afro, stemmed from the Black is Beautiful movement after the Civil Rights Movement was over. African American hairstyles then leaned towards the Jheri curl, which is another chemical, in the 1980s. But by the 1990s, Erykah Badu posed in her high head wraps, Brandy popularized braids, Lauryn Hill was voted as one of People magazine's top 50 most beautiful people, and Essence magazine claimed that sisters loved the weaves or extensions, and a variety of natural hairstyles and locks became accepted. In 2006, black hair care became a $1 million business. Now, many women are opting out of the dangerous effects of popular chemical straighteners and are choosing to wear their hair curly, like me. I find it sad that it took hundreds of years for African Americans to get back to their roots as far as hair is concerned. Although more diversity is being put forth in the media, self-esteem issues persist due to the criticism that those who are different continue to get. For example, Beyonce, who openly wears weaves and lace-front wigs, is considered to be one of American standards for African American beauty. However, when her sister Solange shaved her head into a natural hairstyle and refused to lighten or straighten her hair anymore, she was ridiculed and they said she looked crazy. These issues may not ever subside, but perhaps if the media started to focus more on talent and intelligence rather than one perception of beauty, then one day it will.